Hello everybody, I'm Krasi Attasio and this is the week for the 12 ascendants. I will start first with my brief overview on what to expect from the week, what is happening on the sky. This will be from sidereal point of view, which is astronomical. Then I will look ascendant per ascendant, how the configurations on the sky will influence each of the 12 ascendants and also the moon signs, because they are also, of course, very important in the chart, along with the positions of the sun in the chart, of course. Now, the timestamps will be under this video of each ascendant, so that you can click and listen for the brief information. I'm also making everyday's videos, just they can also be very useful. Those of you who like to study astrology with me may click on the link to my astrology school. This is a new website. I had previous astrology school website, but it has been hacked for so many times. My videos were taken, destroyed, so I decided to make a completely new website. So the links to these are also under my video. Now, what is happening on the sky is quite interesting. It promises some positive movement and really better influences in a very positive direction. It's like the week will be better than what we had for quite some time. And this is because Jupiter is turning direct. Now, let me explain you something. Everywhere you will hear, you will read that Jupiter on the 11th is already direct, but he's still slow. He's for another 7 days, up until 16, still under the influences of the stationary phase, and he acts like stationary, and he's still very slow. So we cannot expect in full to enjoy his joyful and abundant blessing and influences, but still it's a very good thing already that Jupiter is turning direct. Well, Jupiter is turning direct. He's already quite actively moving towards his direct phase, but he's still in Scorpio. And he's even on the sky in the evenings, especially if you are living in the northern hemisphere, you can see Jupiter near Antares, the royal star of power, of rulership, of the actually of the warrior, of the general, of the army ruler, if you want. And Jupiter is quite near Antares, and his turning point is in the 20th degree of Scorpio, quite near, and experiencing a lot of the influences of this royal star. So Jupiter is still not really, it's quite influenced by this powerful star. They kind of exchange influences, and with this, his nature is different. It's not yet the nature, the joyful, the abundant, philosophical blessing that we otherwise would have. For example, if Jupiter would be in Sagittarius. However, it's a big news, it's a big thing. And for those who have Scorpio ascendant, this will be true blessing. They will experience change immediately in their moods, in their overall luck. They will experience this in a very, very good way. But still keep in mind, if you're really expecting a lot, up until the 16th, Jupiter is still quite slow. Keep this in mind. And only after that, he's going to become really really direct and really faster. Another wonderful thing is, of course, I spoke a lot about this and I mentioned this in my everyday videos. It is the visibility of Mercury. I am trying very early in the morning to detect him and I just can't. He is again visible. He already for 5 days. He's still visible. He is a morning star, which would say that you may try to see Mercury before the sun rises. So it should be dark. But like if the sun rises for my territory approximately at 5:45 in the morning, already around 5 o'clock, just a bit before 5, I'm waiting to see Mercury. And I can't. So I'm you can try. It's a big deal to see Mercury because he will bring knowledge. Like when seeing Mercury, you are establishing connection with the star, and you can ask for knowledge, and you can make your small prayer to the divinity, Nabu or Hermes. So it's a big deal, I'm telling you, when Mercury is visible. How to benefit from this even if you're not seeing Mercury, because not all of us manage. It doesn't matter how persistent I am. I will keep trying tomorrow morning, and I will let you know if I manage to see Mercury. But what is he bringing? Well, knowledge, better communication, lack in communication, lack when you're sharing knowledge. You will be studying better. If you like to have a media project, and yeah, like if you want to use this visibility of Mercury in a certain way to support your project, media, communication, negotiation, all this is fine. And keep in mind that this is happening in Cancer sidereal, astronomical, and it is all this like Mercury, still the invisible Venus, they are forming trine to Jupiter, and this is a very, very positive trine, very beautiful trine. Well, in order to have financial results, like the markets to start moving again, we need the visibility. Yes, I was paused. Excuse me. So in order to have really working markets, and if you're dealing on the stock markets, for example, you really need to have the visibility of Venus, because Venus is very important for making money, but Venus is not going to be visible for quite some time, up until October 13th, when she's rising heliacally as an evening star. And again, I will inform you so that you can see Venus. It's important to see Venus as an evening star, as Aphrodite, as Inanna from Akkad. She's already female divinity, very, very important. And on this day, I will make my Venus talismans when she's becoming heliacally visible in her own sign, in the sidereal Taurus, and such talismans are extremely powerful for supporting our money, love life, so just name it. But for this, you can read a lot on my website. Well, okay, so this trine is beautiful. It's very harmonious and will bring relief to especially people who have, especially if you have Cancer ascendant, but I will talk ascendant per ascendant, of course. The visible Mercury, the trine of Jupiter is brilliant. The same is valid for Scorpio. Important Cancer and Scorpio, and even Pisces. Because of the trine in your charts, you immediately experience also Capricorn. It will be relief because for people who have Capricorn ascendants. And yes, I will talk ascendant per ascendant. I'll be much more specific. Again, I want to make my small disclaimer, which is that, of course, this is very general because each one's chart, each person's chart is unique. Okay, so I'm starting now with Aries rising. For you, this very nice heliacal rise of Mercury, Venus, the Sun, the trine with Jupiter, all this is happening on your 4th house, and it's wonderful for your home, will bring peace at your home, will bring opportunities to talk, to discuss, to communicate, to solve issues and challenges that you couldn't solve before. This can be also positive in terms of career, because Jupiter is aspecting your 10th house. So this will be a very good moment when it comes to career. What I forgot to say in my overview, of course, is that Mars is entering Aries, and this is your ascendant ruler. Mars enters Aries. There he's extremely happy because he's in his own triplicity, like he has specific dignities in Leo. Mars enters Leo. Did I say Aries? Excuse me. So Mars enters Leo. In Leo, he has his own dignities because he's ruling by triplicity there. And Mars will be in the 1st degrees of Hydra. These are stormy degrees, very esoteric, but still very stormy degrees. And Mars will be very impulsive, unpredictable, surprising. And this is Hydra, and it is wet, it's a dragon. So it will be exactly about surprises. Therefore, if you feel that you're very impulsive, if you feel that you're very emotional, it's good that you know this so that you use your intuition to control a little bit your moods. And also, this is very, because this is happening in your 5th house, you can be also very emotional and very in relation to your private life. So that is where you may need to be a bit patient, a bit not very impulsive. In terms of knowledge, this is interesting, and this can make you very interested, suddenly desiring to know, to go into creative knowledge, and this is nice. Your home will be supported, your health is all right. In terms of travel and communication, the week is good for you. So I see this overall as a very good week for you. Keep in mind, Mars is still invisible, and in Leo, in these stormy degrees, the only thing that you need to be careful about is count to 10, count to 3, and be intuitive and not very, very impulsive. Also when you travel, also when you communicate with people. Okay, and now let's see Taurus ascendant. For you, the interesting thing, the interesting aspects are happening on your 3rd and 7th houses, where the trine is formed. Very nice and supportive for your relationship, and also for your relations in general, for your contacts, for your contracts. The week is very good for negotiations, for travel. You may achieve results, but be a bit careful and don't be very impulsive at work. Be careful, be like at work, you may have some small challenges there. The environment may not be very, very peaceful. So there you may need to be careful. Otherwise, in terms of health, communication, travel, private life, the week is okay, but keep in mind not to be very impulsive, to count to 3 to 10, just really do this. Otherwise, in terms of health, the week is fine. In terms of work and career, the week is fine, except to keep in mind this detail about the impulsive Mars, who can influence your job, and with this also your home, can destroy a little bit the peace, and therefore it's in your hands to be in control of this. Health-wise, you will be okay. And now let's see Gemini rising. Now for you, interestingly and finally, actually, yes, interestingly, Jupiter, who was on your 6th house, influencing your health, your work, is becoming direct, and this is quite fine for your routine life. It's supporting your health, it's supporting the routine environment, it's supporting your relationship with subordinates. Financially, the week is supported by the heliacal rise of Mercury on your 2nd house. So in terms of communication, in terms of relationship with family members, the week is okay. Just be a bit patient with brothers and sisters. Be careful when traveling and be still. I know I will be repeating myself, but be patient and be loving with your romantic partner, but still the week is better than the week before, so that is already a relief. But again, you still need to be patient up until January 2020, though there is some change already coming, because the ruler of your 7th house is becoming direct, and this is good. You will see improvement, not that evident yet, but the improvement is starting to come already. So financially, the week is not so bad. Traveling, be careful. Health-wise, the week is okay, better than the week before. So it's a week that looks better than the week before, and this is already something, since we know that in general, when you have Saturn on your descendant, is a little bit challenging and requires patience and requires discipline. And by now already, since you have Saturn on this position since I think it was November 2017, you've learned a lot. You became a little bit immune even, I believe. So you know what it is and it becomes already better. All right. So this was for Gemini, and let's see Cancer. As I said in my brief overview, the good thing for you is that Mercury became visible in your ascendant, Venus, the Sun, they bring good energies to your ascendant. Financially, this is fine. This is also very interesting in terms of knowledge, your desire to know, your desire to share your knowledge. Also, could be that you have interesting and powerful spiritual events coming into your life, especially with Mercury on the ascendant. But in terms of communication, travel, trade, commerce, this is brilliant. Also, if you're studying, you will be very, very nicely supported. It's like it's good for your luck in general, also because of the trine of all these planets on your ascendant with Jupiter on your 5th house. This is supportive for your love life, for your luck, for your relationship with children. It is just good for your children, for your love life, for studies, those that do not belong necessarily to the matrix, those that are very, very creative. You may have this impetus to do design, to do creativity, even to do sports. You may feel very emotional when it comes to love. So, oh, this is nice. A bit of a concern is be careful when communicating, in particular with family members, those that represent your family tree, those that are the far roots family members. And also still be responsible for your health. This continues. This is not changed since quite some time. All right. This was for Cancer ascendant, and also because of Mars on your 2nd house in Leo, you may become a little bit impulsive when it comes to the way you make money. Well, use your intuition. But for the rest, the week is quite lucky overall in general for Cancer ascendant. And now Leo ascendant, Mars entered your ascendant 2-3 days ago, and now Mars this week will pass through the degrees which are stormy but very esoteric, very special, and will make you impulsive, will say that you need to be careful when traveling, when you get involved and communicating with people. Also, this week Mars will pass through the heart of the lion. So again, be careful. This may make you a little bit too emotional, a little bit vulnerable even when it comes to emotions. So this week is a bit vulnerable for you. Now, luckily, Jupiter is watching, so to say, and becomes direct on your 4th house to support your home, to support you as well. And Mercury, Venus, and the Sun are together on your 12th house, and this is interesting in terms of dreams that you may see, in terms of health. Actually, it is okay. In terms of desire to know secret sciences and knowledges, can make you very esoteric, can make you very much into secret knowledges, and can, in your efforts to meditate, to do spiritual work, can give very positive results. Still also this week, be responsible and careful with children. Well, the situation is better than the week before. I just feel like warning you, because up until January 2020, Saturn and Ketu and Pluto are on your 5th house. So this period you should be, I'm telling for, because I feel that it's important to know, is that all this period you should be attentive, and additionally and extra attentive towards your children, so that you're on the safe side, because knowledge is power. Once we know, we're in control. Yes, health-wise, the week is okay, but risky situations now, be careful, and also when traveling, you need to be careful. And now let's see Virgo rising. For you, again, of course, for you, the week is very, very interesting because of your ascendant ruler who is visible. You certainly feel it. You certainly feel it when when it comes to communication, desire to know, to study, to share knowledge, to communicate with others, to do media work. It's like it should be working better this week, should give better results. Venus, Mercury, the Sun on your 11th house. This is nice for your incomes, for your social circle, for your friends. The challenge is a little bit at home and career-wise, where you need to be careful and diplomatic when communicating with superiors. In terms of health, be careful this week a little bit, yes, because Mars entered your 12th house. So be a little bit, be responsible for your health and don't make risks in terms of health. You may travel, you may communicate. The week is fine. Just be diplomatic at work, but also at home. This is needed. Your private life, your relationship. This, if there were some challenges there, they're about to improve now when your descendant ruler Jupiter is turning direct. But as I said, this week he's still a bit slow. Like the week after, you will feel the influences even better. Health-wise, the week is good. But as I said, keep in mind the existence of Mars on the 12th house and be cautious. And now we have Libra rising. For Libra, again, like the week before, your ascendant ruler on your 10th house is beautifully placed, aspecting your ascendant. Jupiter on your 2nd house, good for money, good for a relationship with superiors. But still, it's like you may not reach totally the desired result at work, career-wise, because your ascendant ruler is invisible. So be a bit patient. Financially, you will see some better results because of the changing of motion of Jupiter. Career, when it comes to traveling and relationship with siblings, brothers, sisters, neighbors, you have the small challenges, but they are also about to improve a little bit to a degree. Your private life relationship, there is a little bit where you need to be patient, diplomatic, loving. Your romantic life, because you may be too impulsive, too emotional. Otherwise, health-wise, the week looks okay to me. Financially, better than the week before. And also career-wise is okay, with this small disclaimer that you need to wait until October 13th when Venus becomes visible, and then of course you have better results. All right, this was about Libra, and now we're going to see Scorpio rising. And Scorpio, of course, here we have interesting movement this week because Jupiter is becoming direct on your ascendant. But as I said, and I want to repeat this, he is still slow after being, up until the 16th, he will be still very slow. So you will feel change, you will feel better, you will feel luckier, you will be more, your mood will be better, you'll be joyful, but still it's not yet the power of Jupiter that we want to see when he's really direct. But still, Jupiter on your ascendant turning indirect is a thing, it's a big deal. Your ascendant ruler on the 10th house is good, can give you impetus to create at work, to achieve things. You have this needed ambition, but keep in mind to be careful not to be very impulsive, to think twice, 3 times, just be careful. Communication, travel, negotiations, all this is okay. Money-wise, be structured, be organized in order to achieve good financial results. Also, your private romantic life is okay, but will be better when Venus becomes visible. So now can be a little bit too emotional, too deep, too impulsive, not really the usual, the very typical romantic life that you know. You may be having some changes right now. But otherwise, health-wise, communication-wise, everything is okay. Just remember to be patient and diplomatic at work with your superiors. And now we're having Sagittarius. Yeah, finally relief for you. I'm very happy for you because your ascendant ruler turns direct. You will start experiencing these influences, and not completely yet because as I said, Jupiter is still slow, but after 16th, especially, then you're going to feel much, much better. Not completely, not entirely better, because still Saturn needs to move away from your ascendant, and this is happening, as we know, and as I'm repeating, in January 2020. Mercury, Venus, the Sun, are powerful, especially Mercury in his heliacal phase on your 8th house. This is good for the money that you unexpectedly can receive from others. If this is valid for your natal charts, of course, with this opening brackets, because this transit can be powerful, but if not existing in your natal chart, then you will not receive sudden incomes from others. But otherwise, if this is outlined in your chart, this is a very good opportunity. Mars on your 9th house can influence you actually for good. This can be very constructive, very interesting, because he's trining your ascendant and Saturn, who is on your ascendant. So this is structured and nice when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to your routine life. So it will be an active period this week. This is how it looks like. As it was also now, be responsible for your health, even though the week is better than the week before. So be responsible for your health. The week is better supporting, the sky is better supporting your health than the week before. In terms of knowledge, secret knowledge, esoteric dreams, the week is interesting and full of events. So this week will be busier than the week before, and for good. I'm glad that finally with the direct motion of Jupiter, you will feel some relief. All right, now this was for Sagittarius. Let's see, Capricorn ascendant. Your ascendant ruler is, of course, still in the 12th house, and with this, you still may be melancholic, you still may be lacking a little bit of energy. But on the other hand, finally, Jupiter is giving a helping hand, becomes direct, and will support you, will support your mood, will support your joy, will support your good luck, will support you financially as well. The week is interesting in terms of negotiations, communication. Also, it will be very promising if you have to communicate and fix something with partners, also with your romantic partner. If you felt that you had challenging with before and that you have to share something or to communicate, now is the time. Health-wise, still be cautious, be responsible, even though the week is better than the week before. The week is better than the week before. So finally, also for you, better time comes, relief comes. Financially also looks better. Still, be responsible for your health, be careful when traveling, even though the visible phase of Mercury ruling your 9th house is very supportive. So, better week indeed. In terms of everything, health, money, career. And now, let's see Aquarius rising. Jupiter comes direct on your 10th house, beautiful for your career. You will see improvement, you will see some movement in a positive direction. You may have your challenges with your private life, with your partner, with your partners at work. Health-wise, the week is fine, but still don't be impulsive, be careful, be patient, be diplomatic. Money-wise, the week looks okay to me, not perfect, but it is not bad. And the best relief is coming from Jupiter, who turns direct on your midheaven, because from there he will be influencing your entire chart, not only the career, but also your plan, just everything. So also better week for you, actually almost for everyone, for you as well. Health-wise is okay. The small challenges are communication with partner, because you may be too impulsive. So that is where you need to pay attention. Be careful patient and loving. Otherwise, you health-wise is okay, and you will receive the support of subordinates. Okay, let's see. Finally, Pisces. Luckily, your ascendant ruler, Jupiter, becomes direct. This is beautiful. Jupiter will be supporting you, trying in your ascendant, even now already, but especially after 16th, even more you will experience Jupiter, the Jupiterian, joyful energies of abundance and beauty. The challenging still remains your career, your communication with your peers. Even though the week is better still, it is still a little bit challenging. This time, you may not be receiving the support of subordinates. There, you may feel a little bit the energies to be a bit hostile. Also, be careful, be responsible for your health. Don't take risky decisions in relation to your health. In terms of children and communication with children, the week is good. In terms of knowledge, creative knowledge, desire to study, to sport, to do pleasure, all this will be is okay. The challenges is career-wise and in general, not only superiors, but also subordinates. But on the other hand, you have the greatest helping hand of the direct Jupiter. So nothing to worry about, just be diplomatic, be intuitive, and don't take risky and wrong decisions when it comes to health. There you should be responsible. So I think that was it. This was the week for the 12 ascendants. Your comments are welcome. My contacts are under this video. Thank you.